It is now.
Well, there's a long ball through. And
Oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal I have ever seen.
Hoylett's got the better of Buxton. Puts it into an area. Keogh, Zamora!
Hello and welcome to the Talk About Nothing podcast. Myself, Hugo, and my good mate Alfie.
Hello.
This is a new podcast based around football. We hope for it to be weekly, but obviously, as we progress, we'll see how well this all goes. This is the first episode, so there might be technical difficulties, but whatever happens, happens. We've got different segments. We're looking for guests to get on the show later on as we progress. None this episode, but next episode going forward. Hopefully that'll be the case. And let's get straight into it. So the first thing we'll be discussing is the Euros, which obviously is not happening this year. Because of the pandemic, but me and Alfie have both picked an England team starting 11 that we would have taken and played at the Euros. So should we do this by position, Alfie?
Yeah, we'll go along together. All right, what's your formation though?
We'll say it's kind of like it's a 4-3-3. Really.
Okay, I've gone for 4-3-3, so that's good.
All right, cool. Now in goal, who's your goalie?
Right, so I've gone with not Jordan. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Dean Henderson in goal.
Yeah, no, I've gone for the same.
You've gone for Dean Henderson as well. Why not Pickford?
Yeah, because I think leading up to the tournament, I would have given him the friendlies. I think he's been better this season, probably last season in the Championship as well. I think he's better.
Yeah, I think he's better. I just think he's a better footballer.
Yeah, I think Pickford might be better, like close in. I do think Pickford's got decent reactions, but I think Pickford concedes a lot of long shots, and I reckon that's.
But I can't see Dean Henderson starting ahead of Pickford.
Yeah, no,
that's
neither can I. Because if you're Southgate, you can't take that risk.
Exactly.
I think he probably wants to take that risk.
Yeah, I think he will eventually. I think Henderson will end up for. Oh yeah, I've gone for Henderson in goal. All right, defense. Okay, right. We'll go through it. Right, here's your left back.
I assume we got the same person in Ben Chilwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. He doesn't really.
Yeah, I think he's class. I think he is quality.
I think he's class and he's got no competition.
Yeah.
Right, two centre backs. Who are they?
Gomez and Maguire.
Yeah, again.
Can't see any different. I cannot see anything else that's not Joe Gomez or Harry Maguire.
Who else would you take in terms of centre backs?
I'd probably take John Stones.
Yeah, same.
Who else would I take? Centre backs. Who would you take?
I've got Tomori in there. And Ming, which obviously between them they don't have more than 5 caps.
Who, Mings?
Between Mings and Tomori, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They're both young. I've
kind of got Walker in there as a player in the squad because in the World Cup he played as part of the 3 centre backs, but I wouldn't say he's not a centre back. But then he's he's not a
centre back. He's not going to get in ahead of whoever the right backs are ahead of him.
Right back?
I mean, I've gone for Trent, but I would love to have put Wan-Bissaka in there.
Yeah, no, I'd put Wan-Bissaka in my squad, but
yeah, definitely.
I don't think he beats Trent.
Maybe don't think he does either.
No, not even against a more attacking team. I'd still back Trent, even though Wan-Bissaka is definitely a better defender.
Oh, definitely a better defender without question.
So
move on midfield then.
3.
So, okay, all right.
Looking like, and how is it positioned?
I'm a bit disappointed in my midfield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll talk you through it. So I've gone for 1 deep and 2 further forward.
Yeah.
So my player deep is Rice.
Really? Wow.
I just like Rice more than Henderson. I don't like Henderson. He is so boring. He's such a boring footballer.
Yeah, I think you need boring players in your team, and also I think the Rice is definitely not more fascinating than Jordan Henderson. I think they're both on the same level of vanilla.
I don't know. Okay, so then I've got the 2 further forward, James Maddison.
Yeah.
And Dele Alli.
Wow. So we've got no one in the same. No one in.
You got no one the same.
Midfields. No. So I've gone for kind of a two further back and probably 1 ahead of them.
Okay.
Now I've got Henderson and Chamberlain at the base of my 3. I think Chamberlain's amazing, but he probably wouldn't be fit.
Yeah, he never
and I
is.
think Henderson's, probably our second best player. And then Grealish,
Okay.
I think.
You
I think
put
he's better
Grealish
at
in.
unpicking defences. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's that Maddison Grealish debate. I like Maddison, and I definitely take it.
Grealish has never played for England.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
It's
how many times
mad.
Maddison played? I think he's played twice. He can't play that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
But he's
know,
also been
but
playing in the Prem longer than Grealish as well.
that is true.
I mean, okay, so Grealish is a good player in a bang average team. And Maddison is a good player in a good team.
I agree with that.
I mean,
I think Maddison tailed off for the last 2 months. The last 2 months before the season got stopped. And Grealish's form carried them through. And if it wasn't for Grealish, I mean, Villa would be below Norwich.
Oh, finished.
Yeah,
they would be finished. Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, you can say he's a great player in a bad team, but he hasn't had the opportunity to play in a good team. While Maddison has, and yes, he's taken that chance. Grealish, you're going against Grealish for something that he hasn't actually been able to do yet.
I just want to point out now before we finish midfield, Euro 2020 is not in 2020, right? It's 2021. Therefore, Eberechi Eze should be old enough
on the plane.
to be
should be on the plane. I agree, but then I also think Phillips should be on the plane. I think Phillips is better than Winks, and I reckon Winks will go. I
mean, however much I hate Calvin Phillips as a person, I think that if he plays in the Premier League, I think he can hack it in the Premier League. But who knows what's going to happen.
I agree. I do.
Front three, then move on.
So I think they could easily be the same, but
I think they should be the same.
So who's on your left?
I'm not really sure how I've done that. I think my left is Sterling.
Yeah, agreed.
Right is Sancho.
Right, yeah. So we've got
Kane up front.
Good. You're not one of those people who think Rashford starts.
Oh, Rashford. No, absolutely not.
No, although I do think
Kane
Rashford
up front. Kane
captain.
captain up front as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously. Although Henderson's definitely.
Yeah, Henderson isn't in my team though, is he? My Rice. I don't think Rice deserves the armband. Yeah, I think. Look, we've got a lot of strength in our team at the moment. I mean, it's really encouraging the England youth coming through. I mean, obviously, Phillips. You said Eze. I mean, it's promising. The midfield's probably the weakest.
And I think, like in defence, you got Trent. And Gomez in a year to come, I think, could easily be a well beaten.
I mean, choosing the attack took about 10 seconds.
All three of our forwards are probably the top 5 in their position in the world, and you've got none of those in midfield.
Yeah. So, I mean, agreed.
But give it a couple of years, and Eze will be in the setup. So it's all
definitely count on that. All right, so move on. Should we move on to the next section now? This was hard. This took me a while to pick. I will. So. Obviously, the season's not finished, but we've picked our Prem team of the season so far, but we can only use one player per club. So you can only use one player from Liverpool, one player from City, etc., etc. Okay, so
I've double and triple checked that mine. It works. It works.
Okay, I haven't. I'm just looking. I hope that I haven't screwed up. I don't think I have.
Right. So we'll start. What formation actually? We'll start there.
4-3-3 again. I stuck with the same. The simple.
Mine is a 4-4-2, but a very attacking one at that.
Okay.
But interesting. Right. So who is your keeper?
Dean Henderson again.
Yeah. Agreed. All right.
Lovely.
I think that was actually pretty easy. I know United fans are wanting him back, and if they get
but I think they're looking to offload De Gea anyway. Yeah. So they'll probably.
That is 100% better bit of business.
Definitely. All right, should we move on to defence?
Right, your left back.
My left back, I've used my Liverpool here, and I've gone Andy Robertson.
Really? Wow.
I have, yeah.
Okay, so I put in Digne on the basis that...
okay.
I wanted to save my Liverpudlian.
Okay.
And I think Digne is probably, maybe not this season, but in general, he's probably in the top 5 left backs.
I mean, Everton's season has really been in 2 halves, hasn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, it's more like pre-Calvert-Lewin being good and post-Calvert-Lewin being good.
Yeah. Well, that's the same with pre-Ancelotti and post, or in Ancelotti's era.
Yeah, that is true.
His record under Calvert-Lewin's record
under Ancelotti
is basically that's a turning point.
All right, should we go right back then?
Right back. Who is your right back, Alfie?
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka. So again, I'll say I've used Ricardo Pereira. I think he's definitely had a shout to be maybe behind Trent, best back in the league.
Yeah.
Was it him or one?
I mean, I like. I mean, he's in my fantasy team. I really like Ricardo Pereira, but the times I've watched Wan-Bissaka, he's head and shoulders above everyone else in that team.
What game was he unbelievable? I'm trying to think. I think it could have been when they beat City on that Saturday Night Football.
I think it was. I think it absolutely was that game. It was
Don't
unreal. We haven't checked our facts.
Yeah, if you go on to your two centre halves.
Right, now I got pretty creative here.
All right.
So I've gone Kaglos Soyuncu.
Oh, yeah, all right.
And I've gone Ben Mee.
Ben Mee, yeah, I had him in actually. I also had him and Diop in, but then I thought we need some defence. So I've gone for Alderweireld in perhaps a not great season for him, or Tottenham by
That's really. I think he's been terrible this season. I think he's been absolutely not the player that he was.
I think Vertonghen's probably been worse. Sanchez has probably been better. Yeah, I should probably Sanchez is probably a better shout.
I think Sanchez probably is a better shout, honestly.
And then next to him, Laporte, who I think kind of picks himself really.
Yeah, but he's also been injured. I thought that, and I thought I wanted to put another City player in, so I went for Mee instead.
I've loosely used the term this season. This is more my best.
In general, yeah.
Actually, no. I mean, going forward, maybe not so much. But yeah, no.
But I think has been quality. I mean, really quality. Right, do you want to move on to midfield?
Well, you've got 3 midfield.
I have got 3, and you've got.
I've got 2.
So I've gone Jack Grealish.
Good shout.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And this one, I was crossing out for ages, and I eventually went with Mateo Kovacic.
Right. So yeah, no. So I've got a Chelsea man in there, and I was again.
Is it Kante?
It is Kante, but if we're going this season, then Kovacic is definitely deserved. So yeah, no, Kovacic, Kante, both begin with K. We can,
Yeah, all right, okay. I had Kovacic / Kante, so
And then next to him, now this is where I've used the term this season, perhaps the lightest. I've gone for Pogba, just based on his pedigree and
This season, that's pretty loose.
I think he's played 6 times in the league this season.
Yeah,
he's played less than 10 times. But also fully fit Kante and Pogba. That's a pretty strong midfield. That's my logic.
Kante, okay. And what are your wide men saying?
I've got St. Maximin.
Unbelievable shout.
He's ridiculous. And then Salah.
Yeah. Okay. So you use Salah instead of Mane as your Liverpool?
I do. I mean, I've been known interchangeable because I'm pretty sure they're on the same amount.
Mane's better than Salah. I just
is he?
When I watch them, when you watch them together in the same team. You always get the impression that Mane is making a bigger impact to the game than Salah is. I always think that. I've always thought that. Salah scores a lot of goals, but I just don't think he's as good a player as Mane.
No, one stat which is ridiculous about Salah is since he's joined Liverpool, he has never lost a golden boot. Because obviously in his first season, he was ridiculous.
Really?
Last season, he drew it with Mane and Aubameyang. And then this season, he's top. I don't know if he's outright top or joint with Vardy. Vardy had a bit of a dry patch. But anyway, I know he's top. I don't know if that's outright or joint. But that is a ridiculous stat. And when I heard that, it was just before making his team. So it was fresh in my mind and I put him in. So yeah, that's my...
So what's your front 3? I'm quite happy with my front 3.
Go on, speak to me.
So I've gone... And now I know he doesn't really play there, but I've taken... So on the right, Aubameyang. On the left, Aubameyang. On the right, Adama. And up front, Danny Ings.
Oh, okay. Are there any big clubs you haven't used?
Have I used City?
I used actually. You like Wan-Bissaka and...
have I used any Spurs? But they're not really a big club, are they?
Yeah.
It doesn't really count.
I've gone for Aubameyang as well, and then also Jimenez.
Jimenez is a shout.
Adama's been unbelievable, and there's no denying that.
Yeah.
But I think Jimenez is way more important to Wolves. he scores some unbelievable goals. Not in terms of
My thinking behind Adama was this season, he's really, really got people talking about him. Yeah, all right. So wait, let's go through team again. So
Right.
I'll go through mine first.
Yeah.
Henderson in goal.
Yeah.
Back four of Wan-Bissaka, Soyuncu, me and Robertson. Midfield of De Bruyne, Grealish and Kovacic. And up front, Aubameyang, Ings and Adama.
And I've got Henderson, Digne, Alderweireld, or we'll put in Sanchez, Laporte and Ricardo Pereira, Kante and Pogba, Salah, Aubameyang, Jimenez, St. Maximan. I was 4-4-2. Kind
Some
of
good teams.
an attacking 4-4-2. Right, what segment are we moving on to now?
Right, so we're going to move on to more of a trivia part of the pod now.
Right.
Okay, so this section is we need to come up with like some clever names for these segments.
We will.
Rather than we will in due course. This is just called career paths, right?
Yeah.
You can see the creative juices really flowing there when we came up with that name. So we're going to say teams, we've picked 3 each. We're going to say teams that have played for those clubs and we have to pick the player. Now, I'm always bad at this, but the ones that I've picked, I think you'll get.
Right, do you want to go first? So or do you want to give an example so that the listeners might know for like, well, let's say it was Pogba, or not Pogba, he's only played for 2 clubs. Let's say Bale, no, Di Maria.
Pick one. I mean, if we pick Bale, then we'll just say, all right, Southampton, Tottenham, and Real Madrid, and then we'll guess Gareth Bale. Okay.
Right.
So,
as a little heads up for the listeners, because me and Alfie's Championship and EFL background, these players are not
because QPR is shit.
And Bale. Well, they are EFL. I would say I've got a couple EFL icons in my career path.
All right.
Very hard, but we'll see. Alfie, do you want to go first?
I am going to go first. So I've got one player that has played in the Premier League, but he's also played in the Championship, which is why he's on here. Okay, right. So I'll start with him. Arsenal is probably where he's most famous from.
Yeah.
Then he went to Charlton on loan.
Yeah.
And then he went to Barcelona. And then he went to West Ham on loan. And I believe he is now retired. Maybe
he went to West Ham on loan from Barcelona.
Yep.
Is it Alex Song?
Oh, shut up! Are you joking? How did you get that so quickly?
I didn't know he played for Charlton. I had no idea.
Charlton on loan. I know. I had to look that up to verify that.
No. I knew he went to Barca, and then I vaguely remember he went to West Ham. I
remember him being at West Ham. That was impressive. Well played.
Okay, yeah, mine. Well played. Okay. We'll start with a fairly easy one.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, I'm leaving now the biggest clue. So,
all right.
Swindon Town. No, sorry, we'll go Poole Town first, then Swindon, then Southampton, and then West Brom.
Is it Charlie Austin?
It is Charlie Austin.
Boom. It was the Poole. It's because you said Poole. Had you have not said Poole, I don't
say Poole. Then I'd have it. And I wanted to give you 4 clubs, and it'd be between QPR and Burnley. And I thought
if you said QPR, yeah.
So
all right, okay. So we're both off the decent starts.
All right, decent.
We're both off the decent starts. Okay, this one I think you'll get, and he has played for QPR. Okay. Portsmouth, Spurs, Dynamo Kiev, and QPR.
I've got an idea. Is
it? Got an idea?
Is it Nico Crenshaw?
It's Nico Crenshaw.
Wait, what was the club in between us and Tottenham?
Dynamo Kiev.
Kiev. All right, now.
Yeah.
Now, okay. This is a little tricky one. I'll give you his full career.
Okay.
He started in 2009. Sorry, right, for Arsenal. He then went to Yeovil on loan. He then joined Yeovil permanently before going to Bristol City and then to Leeds, where he is now, still playing for Leeds.
Okay. He went to Yeovil, Arsenal. It's not Luke Ayling, is it?
It is Luke Ayling.
Oh, brilliant.
He never actually played for Arsenal, but I assume he was in a matchday squad or something, because otherwise...
I know he played for Bristol City. He was in the same team as Freeman.
How many more do you have?
I've got one more.
Right, cool.
So we say we do one more each, and then we'll move on to the quiz to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this one, I think you'll get. I think you'll get this one pretty easily. Okay. So he played for Man United. Never actually played got a cap for the starting team. Then he went to West Ham. Then he came to us on loan. Then he went to Lazio. Then he came back to us on loan, and now he's at Sheffield United.
Yeah, it is. It's Ravel.
It is Ravel Morrison. It is Ravel Morrison.
I have the Lazio thing didn't help me, and then when you said he came back to us.
The first time he was brilliant. He scored, off the top of my head, I think it was 6 goals in 15 appearances, and was an unused sub in the playoff.
What was his most memorable game, do you think, playing for us?
I think Nottingham Forest when he beat them 5-2.
5-2. Yeah.
Yep. And then he came back to us and didn't really start, and now he's at Sheffield United.
Where he's not started either. Right, so is that your last one, did you say, sorry?
That was my last one, so I've got one more to guess from you.
I've got a couple of options. Let's go for... Okay, I've got one here. This might challenge you.
Okay.
But the thing I'll tell you now is he started his career in 2003, and he's still...
Okay. And he's still playing?
Yeah, that might give you an idea of the age. Right. He started at Leeds. I'll give you his whole career path. He started at Leeds, then went to Liverpool, then Wednesday on loan, Charlton on loan, Villa on loan, then went to West Brom, then he went to Bursaspor, I believe that's in Turkey, then to Wigan, then to Derby, and now he's at City on loan.
Man City?
Yeah.
Is he a goalkeeper?
He is a goalkeeper.
Is it Scott Carson?
It is Mr. Scotty Carson. Yeah.
Brilliant. Do you know what? Had you have not said City, I wouldn't have got it.
All right. You are doing the quiz for this week.
Okay. So this week, Hugo and I are going to take it in turns to gather 10 questions of football trivia and see who can get the most. Now, my quiz is tricky. Right. It's a tricky quiz, but I think you'll manage. Okay. Question number 1. Who scored the quickest Premier League hat-trick?
It's Mane, isn't it?
It is Sadio Mane, who scored it in 2 minutes and 56 seconds against Aston Villa.
All right.
Go watch that. That's incredible. All right. Number 2, I think you'll get this one. Robert Lewandowski was about to move to which championship club which was a move prevented by a volcanic ash cloud?
It was Blackburn.
It was Blackburn Rovers. Question number 3. How many FA Cups has Ashley Cole won?
Oh, I've no idea. Let me think. Right. Now, he won quite a few at Chelsea. I'm going to guess he was an Arsenal youngster, which I think he was. So that leaves Chelsea. Unless he went, hang on. He went to Roma and Galaxy. He went to Derby.
He's not going to win any FA Cups at Galaxy, is he?
No, but I'm thinking, because when he came back to English football, was he like a Scott Carson for someone, for a big club? Well, I'm going to say no, so I'm going to guess he won 4. Stab in the dark.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was 7.
Ooh, 7?
Yeah. I have a feeling that's a record. I'm not 100% sure. All right, next question. Let's see if you guys can. How many roses on the England national team crest?
Oh my gosh, I know. I want to say 3, but that seems way too obvious. Hang on.
Well, it's 3 lines, isn't it?
Crest. Oh no. Oh no. I'll go for 3, but I don't think that's correct. It can't be.
It's not. The correct answer was 10.
Oh dear.
I actually haven't counted. I didn't actually do my research on that question. I kind of just trusted the sources that I was using. All right, question number 5. El Prat Airport is about 8.5 miles away from which stadium?
El Prat.
El Prat, which I don't think translates to the Prat, but I haven't.
Is that in England? It can't be.
It's called El Prat.
Yeah, right. in which state? Any state in the
L
world.
Stoke.
What? That's Spanish, isn't it? I think that's Spanish. Could be Italian, maybe. El Prat. We'll go for Granada in Spain.
I think you were overthinking that. The correct answer was the Nou Camp, which was which just probably would have been the obvious one if you went. It's in Spain. All right. Number 6. Who has the most international appearances for the Argentinian national team?
That's a good question. Now, I'm assuming it's not Messi, based on the fact it's too obvious. Although I reckon he got his cap very young and has pretty much played every game since. So I'm hang about. You know, I want to say Mascherano. But again, we'll go for Mascherano.
Okay, that is incorrect. The correct answer was, wait, let me just double check, Zanetti.
Oh, yeah, no, I should have got that.
All right, question 7. Now, question 7 is a multiple choice one because I don't think I'd expect you to guess it. Okay, who were the first English club to tour China? Is it A, Liverpool, B, Blackburn Rovers, or C, Birmingham City?
So I'm going to guess it's not Liverpool, but it probably should be Liverpool. So Birmingham or Blackburn. But if you're a Chinese person, why do you want to watch? No. Why do you want to watch Blackburn or Birmingham, whoever they play? They play the best team in China, who I don't know the name of. All right. Well, then we'll go for Liverpool.
I thought you ruled them out.
I did.
Not Liverpool.
I went back to it.
That's wrong. It was Birmingham. It was the Brum. Because if you're a Chinese person, why would you not want to see some Brummies run about on the football pitch?
Could be on many reasons.
All right. Oh, this is a good question. Number 8.
Right.
What is Cesc Fabregas allegedly afraid of? This is also multiple choice. Obviously, I don't expect you to guess it. Is it A, mushrooms, B, public toilets, C, birds, or D, Joel Lynch?
Joel Lynch. Ooh, okay.
I mean, I think that's obviously a given. But obviously, everyone's afraid of Joel Lynch.
I'm scared of Joel Lynch.
I'm scared of Joel Lynch. He is a scary human being.
Then what? Mushrooms.
So mushrooms, public toilets, or birds?
Oh, birds.
That was very confident for a wrong answer.
I don't know why. I thought I'd seen a video of him getting scared by a bird. Do you want to have?
I mean, this obviously doesn't count for a point, but do you want to have another guess? Mushrooms.
I would say it's not mushrooms. I would say public toilets.
Well, you got that wrong. It's mushrooms.
I would have thought it'd be someone who's so into his nutrition and stuff.
So far, you're doing a quality job. You got 2 right, and we've got 2 questions to go. So, which ex-QPR player? This is a brilliant question. Which ex-QPR player is the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup?
QPR players to play in the Champions League. That's not even a big pool of players, right?
Can
I ask you a clue? Is it in our generation?
Yes.
Right, fine. Okay. Right, so Cranchard's in the contention. Genus, except he doesn't score goals, so not Genus. What strike? Djibril Cissé. It is
Lanta.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, sure. Why not? It is.
Okay, it's not Djibril Cissé.
No. Okay, let me think. Let me actually think. That was a bit of an impulse guess. Hang on.
Right, considering you've got 2 so far, I'll give you one more. Hang
on. Moving through the generations, in our first Premier League team. That's when we brought in all this stupid. Barton. No, who else in that Barton era of like White Phillips? I've no idea. Have I mentioned their name yet? I haven't, have they? No.
No, you haven't.
We'll go for. It's not in the current QPR squad, is it? No.
God, no.
Jeff Cameron? No, never more Champions League. What am I talking about? We'll go for Nico Kranjčar.
Okay, that is a fairly decent guess. It's not right. The correct answer was Yossi Benayoun.
I forgot he existed, I'll be honest.
Yeah, so
I
did
wasn't
I.
even close to that one. Now, that's not hurting me that much because I wasn't even close.
Who is the only player to have scored for 7 different Premier League clubs?
Now, immediately, Crouchy comes to mind because, hang on, Liverpool. Would he have played for us in the Prem? Yeah, it was in the Prem. What am I talking about? Villa, Norwich. Oh, am I forgetting Stoke? Hang on. 7.
7.
So I'm forgetting someone. I don't know. Pompey. Did he play for West Ham? No, he played for Southampton though. Well, that's already 8 clubs. So, and he probably scored a goal in all of them.
In the Premier League though. Not all of them would have been in the Premier League. I don't think he played for Portsmouth when they were in the Prem.
Yeah, that may be true. Now, are you just bluffing me? If you're bluffing me, it's bang out of order, really.
If I'm bluffing you, then it will be a very good bluff.
Let's say you're not bluffing me. Like, let's say you're telling the truth. So it's not Crouchy. That wasn't a bad shout.
It wasn't. I'm going to tell you now because it's not Crouchy. He's played for 6 different Premier League clubs. Along with 8 others who have played for 6, but there's only one that have played for 7. Sorry, scored for 7 in the Premier League.
There's a lot of clubs to score for. Strikers who like to travel. Oh dear.
They can't travel that much there in England, can they?
No, but travel between clubs. I mean,
would it help if you knew the clubs?
Tell me some of the clubs. Don't tell me all of them, because I think I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll give you 4 actually. I'll say Coventry, Newcastle, Blackburn, and West Ham, but I don't think that will help you.
I don't drag on. Right, I'm trying to think. Hang on. I know Shearer played for Blackburn and Newcastle.
He did, but this player played for Newcastle before Blackburn.
I reckon someone out of our 10 viewers who are watching this know the answer.
There is probably one out of the 10 that is probably shouting down the phone right now.
Right, I don't drag us on. I don't have a good guess, so we'll go for Shearer, even though you've told me it's not Shearer. We'll
okay,
Shearer.
The correct answer. I'm going to read out all the clubs first.
Yeah, then give
Coventry,
me
Newcastle, Blackburn, Liverpool, West Ham, Man City, and Cardiff.
Oh, it's Craig Bellamy, no?
It is Craig Bellamy. It is Craig Bellamy. I'm not going to give that to you. I'll give you half.
I don't even know. No, that was... Nah, don't give me a point. I would never have got that. If it
all right, fine.
I don't deserve a point. Stupid guesses.
That's on you because you finished with a beautiful total of 20%.
Yeah.
2 out of 10.
I've only got the first 2 right.
I mean, so your mission now is to obviously not make it too insanely difficult, but for next week, see if you can get me less or the same as 2 out of 10.
I'll make it tough. Your foot knowledge is good. So if you made it this far, well done, first of all. And if you want to be a guest on the next week or next episode of the pod, get in touch with us on Twitter. It's Talk About Nothing is the name. About, but without the T, _talk is the @ on Twitter.
Just search Talk About Nothing and go to people and we should come up. It's a blue logo with white lettering and a white football.
Exactly, and then get involved. Have you on as a guest. It should be a load of fun. Get in touch if you liked it. Follow us on socials. We tweet stuff. It's all very much appreciated. Looking to grow and expand. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.